Hey everybody, it's me. I know this is probably a long awaited video. Not probably, it is. Some of you guys know, most of you guys know by now that I'm embarking on a very, very, very scary journey at the moment with stage 4 breast cancer. And I don't even know where to start with this, this series, this journey that I'm going to record and take you guys on. But I guess I wanted to start this off by being misdiagnosed and how I got here. A lot has happened since March 3rd, when my life basically changed, March 3rd, 2025. But I will just jump right into it, guys. Last year, I took a mammogram in March, and they saw cysts, and they said it was benign. Fast forward September, I had a car accident. I was in a car accident. When I went to the hospital, they did a full body scan, and they seen stuff there too, but again, classified it as benign. And then December happened, and I started seeing a change in my breast. The skin started dimpling or going like orange peel skin, like kind of like cellulite, if you want to describe it as that, on my left breast. And my nipple started looking like it was kind of shrinking into my skin, inverting a little bit. I left it alone, I didn't feel too many lumps, but I did feel one when I was like, when you shower, you put soap on, you can feel something. So I felt something a little bit on this side, and decided to go get checked. Pushed for another mammogram because something was just really odd about it. I just had a feeling, mind you, I was seen by 3 male doctors, and all of them just kind of basically brushed me off. The last one, I remembered saying to him, can you examine me and let me know if I'm tripping, like there's something wrong? He dismissed me with a coldness and said, oh, a mammogram can tell you better than me examining you. And he walked out of the room just like that. Ugh, that man should not be in practice. Anyways, January came, and I got a ultrasound and a mammogram again. It came back benign, and then I went for my checkup maybe a couple of weeks later. Time is of the essence, I tell you. Went for the results, and it was a female doctor this time, and she told me it was benign, and they said to follow up in 2 weeks. And that was pretty much what it was said. But I got to talking to her, and I don't know if it's just because we were just talking. She said, can I examine you? I kid you not, guys. If that lady had not asked me to examine me, I probably would not be here speaking to you right now. She asked to examine me regardless of what the results said to her. And when she examined me, she felt something. When she examined me, she saw something. And she said, I'm concerned about the change in the skin. I said, yeah, me too. She asked me if my left breast was always bigger than my right. And I said, normally it's, no, not really, but normally one breast is bigger than the other, but this one was kind of abnormally bigger to the eye. So after that, she said, she does specialize in like breast cancer stuff, and she wants to send me to a specialist that can do a more in-depth exam on me. So I didn't think nothing of it too much, but I was like happy that she would take me, like refer me to somebody who can go further, right? Anyways, a couple of weeks later, she said, look out for a phone call. Somebody will call you. They called back the same clinic and said to me basically that they canceled that referral and they want to refer me to somebody else, a community desk person, somebody in the community, whatever. So I'm not thinking nothing of it. One day I was getting ready for work. I was telling my sister about it. She's like, well, then that's a good thing. I'm thinking it's a good thing also. Anywho, ended up calling. They gave me the number to call the person to follow up on my booking. I didn't hear anything in a week, so I called them, and it was then February. I got a call back, and then they booked me for February 14th. But stupid me, I just wanted to chill and didn't want to go to see a doctor on the 14th. I wish I did, but nothing before its time. And they said to me the next available one would be March 3rd. And mind you, when I did call, I had to leave a message and I heard plastic surgeon, breast, this, and that. Something. It just gave me a red flag. I'm like, this office sounds pretty serious. Anyways, fast forward when she called me back to book the appointment. I said, what kind of office is this? And she's like, oh, we specialize in breast cancer and surgery and stuff like that. I said, okay. She's like, you have a consultation. I said, so what happens with this consultation? Well, the next step after the consultation would be either surgery or the next steps. And I'm like, next steps, surgery. Okay. Again, guys, not thinking nothing of it. Okay. Also, prior to that, I was already Googling my symptoms and seeing that this new thing that I've never heard of, inflammatory breast cancer and mastitis, which mastitis is often sometimes misdiagnosed for inflammatory breast cancer. So my heart was already like racing, my mind was already racing, and I would go to work and I would tell these people these symptoms, and everybody's at work is like being optimistic and no, Tristan, you don't have this and you don't have that and blah 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 blah, right? And something just in the back of my head was just like, no, I know what I'm reading. I know what I'm reading on the internet, okay? Sorry if I sound like I'm jumping all around, guys. I just don't want to bore you with the story. But anyways, March 3rd, I went to see this lady, Dr. Jones. She's in Oshawa, and she read the report for me, and then she said, oh, possible breast cancer. And I said, possible breast cancer? They never said that to me at the clinic. And she's like, well, that's what's in the chart here. She's like, okay, get undressed. Let me examine you. Came back in the room. And I took off. As soon as she saw me, she saw my breast. She's like, okay, you definitely have very dense breast. And she touched me. And she said, did she not feel that? And I said, yeah, she did. She felt that thing. She's like, okay. And she's like, I'm very concerned about the change in your skin. Same thing the lady said, the other doctor said. And she said, if this is what I think it is, it's very serious. So I started panicking, and I was like, she's like, I'm gonna set you up for an appointment and okay. You have to go take an MRI, CAT scan, and mammogram, biopsy and all this stuff. That would be the steps she was giving me. So I am now freaking out, thinking if this is inflammatory breast cancer that I know that I was Googling. And she was not trying to say it to me, but she knew what it was. You guys, I did not even leave the parking lot. Okay, I said, could you please hurry up and get this thing started? I said to her also, if it is what you think it is it at a early stage? She said no. If it is what I think it is, then this is not at an early stage. This is past an early stage from what I felt and what I'm seeing. Okay. Left. Called my honey and I said, this is serious, blah, 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 blah. The next line was beeping. I saw Lake Ridge Hospital, and they called me and said, and I was in a parking lot waiting for my Uber, and called me and said to me that they have me booked for an MRI and a CAT scan at 8 o'clock, 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning the next day. And that's when I knew for sure it was bad. You guys, since then, I've had about 10 tests. I had an MRI, I had a CAT scan, I had the bone test, the nuclear test, I had another mammogram, I had another ultrasound, I had a biopsy, I had one for the brain, and something else I'm probably missing. Anywho, I had a lot of tests. And then I'm going to say the 17th of March, I went in to see her. She got the results, and she walked in the room. I had my partner there with me. She's like, "Who's this?" And I said, "My partner." She's like, "Oh," I said, "My support system." She's like, "Okay, you're going to need it." And I knew it. My body went numb. I was shaking. And she said, "Okay, well, it's cancer. It's breast cancer. And we're going to take off your whole breast, your lymph nodes." She went on to explain where it went in my lymph nodes, what level it was, and all that good stuff, all that bad stuff. And at that point, I'm thinking, okay, she said, "We're going for cure. We're going to go for cure." But they still had to do more testings. I would have to meet with an oncologist and so on and so forth. Fast forward, I went and I saw the chemotherapy oncologist, and there's a radiation oncologist too. So there's a team of 3. She's a surgeon, the radiation oncologist, and then the oncologist who does the chemotherapy. Met with him, and at first he gave me hope. He was just saying what the possibilities are. He told me what I am: triple negative breast cancer. They didn't confirm inflammatory, but I obviously knew what it was. And our first meeting was okay. He was telling me that surgery would be this option. This is how long I'll be doing chemotherapy, then go on to radiation, and then go on to having a surgery. But that is if it does not spread. If it's spread, then surgery is off the table, basically, in a nutshell. So we were hoping that everything was great. Everything was going to be that. And then, I would continue on. So that was March 17th. I met with her. He then sent me, I met with him maybe end of March. Then they booked me for the PET scan, the neck and skull. Sorry, the head exam to see if it went to my brain and the chest and all that stuff. That was a CT scan. Got that done, and then they saw some findings in the middle of my chest and whatever the case may be, and I think on my adrenal gland. So they wanted further testing, so they sent me to do a PET scan, which is the biggest test for cancer, which tells you everything. It lights up and shows you where cancer is in your body. So got that done April 7th, and then April, sorry guys, brain freeze. April 10th, I got the call to come in the next day to get my results. I went in on the 11th to get my results, and he had paperwork in his hands. He's like, "Well, I don't have good news." He's like, "You are stage 4 breast cancer. Surgery is no longer an option for you. At this point, you have less than 6 months, and It's spread to your lymph nodes, your chest, your bones, and your liver. And I'm hyperventilating at this point. And he said, without treatment, you have less than 6 months to live. And then he said, with treatment, could buy you a couple of years, but we're treating you just to treat you. We're not treating to cure you because you're not curable. And the liver cannot be cured, da, 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 he was saying. Then it was going to take another month. It was taking about a month. I was going to start treatment May 1st, May 2nd, when they put in the order. And that is when I did start, right? But I remembered that day, I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. My sister's wedding was the next day. I texted her and I said, I just don't think I can make it to the wedding because I just got bad news, whatever the case is. I ended up showing up at my sister's wedding, which I'm glad that I did. But you guys, it was such a shock. I never thought that I'd be here making a video like this, but I am here. Anyways, fast forwarding now to May 2nd is when I started chemotherapy. I'm taking immunotherapy also and some bone strengthening thing. Luckily, the cancer reacted really well to immunotherapy because in order for you to get immunotherapy, your cancer has to respond well to it. So not everybody gets immunotherapy, and immunotherapy, you guys could Google it. It helps your immune system boost and help fight cancer. So I was blessed that God blessed me that I was able to have immunotherapy also with chemo, and I've been doing that. So right now my thing is 2 weeks on, 1 week off. So I get my hard week, soft week, and an off. So my hard week is 3 treatments. It's chemo, immunotherapy, and bone strengthening in one, which I just did. And then the week that's coming up, I will just do chemotherapy, and then I'll have a week off to rest, and then I keep going. Right now, I'm in my 9th, going on 10th treatment, but cycle 2. So every cycle has 8 rounds, 8 treatments. So I'm in my 2nd cycle now, and the next time I will get tested will be in October. Now, I just got tested last week. We're in July. I just got tested last week and I got results back, and I will share that in another video. But I just wanted to quickly send you guys this video to let you know what's been happening, why I've been MIA for a while. And I just want to bring awareness to people with dense breasts. I want to bring awareness to advocating for yourself and not making these doctors tell you that you are benign or there's nothing wrong with you. And I have a really strong opinion when it comes to men doctors and female bodies. And I will speak about that in another video. But you guys, I just wanted to update you guys for now on this little piece of how this journey started. I will try my best to document the journey if you guys are interested. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. I will love to answer all of your questions. This is new to me, obviously, guys. I, again, can't believe that I'm here speaking about this, but I'm here to help anybody that I can if it is what I'm supposed to do. But in the meantime, I'm going to fight. I love the prayers and the support and the love that I've been getting from everybody. Strangers, family, not family, shouldn't say that because not all my family gives a shit. And my friends and the people that showed up for me, I'm so grateful for. But if you guys, like I said, have any questions, please feel free. My brain is just like all over the place with this, so I don't even know where to start with this journey. But feel free to ask me those questions, and I'll be glad to answer I'm just winging this. I don't know what the next video will be about, but I do have a lot to discuss about this whole situation. But we're going to continue fighting, right? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening, watching. Please like and subscribe. I am in bed at the moment, gonna get ready for bed. And yeah, I just celebrated my 44th birthday. And let's pray for more, okay? A million more. Not a million more, but you know, another 60 years, I'd be happy with. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This will be a channel of hope, faith, love. I'm not going to try to make anybody feel depressed or anything like that. That's not the point of the thing of this video or this channel moving forward. I just want to help as much people as I can. And if you guys have any questions, any doubts, if you're sitting down there and you're questioning your body and you just feel something, please hit me up. I will be glad to steer you in the right direction. And I do want to talk about the things that I'm taking in the meantime, and all the behind the scenes that we have to go through. And I will look forward to ringing that bell one day with all of you guys, okay? Anyways, have a good night, have a blessed night, and I look forward to speaking to you guys again. Mwah.